What's up, friends? I am about to talk to you about a book I just finished. If you're not familiar or you don't know who I am, my name's Eddie, and I decided that I was going to read 60 books this year. It is Saturday, January 7th, and I just finished my first book of the year, Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. I think that's his name. Yeah, Viktor Frankl. Um, I don't have the book in front of me. I read it on Audible, but ultimately the book is about his experience in the concentration camps and what gave him the meaning to continue living day in and day out. And then also some reflections after he had escaped the concentration camp. And when I say escape, I mean make it out alive, right? And so I'm not going to go over what the whole book was. You're going to have to read the book. Great book. I would suggest that anybody that hasn't read it, read it. A lot of people read it as part of their curriculum in college or high school. I just read it to read it. And ultimately, my biggest takeaway from the book is that we need to not think about life in terms of what our circumstances are and what our situations are that are directly in front of us, but to think about our reactions to them and our perceptions of them. And the reason that I extrapolated this from this book is because at any point throughout his experience, he could have let the experience overcome him. And it's not to say that he was without any negative emotions or feelings, but he was largely able to come out of the other end and then create this book that has changed countless lives. And the only way that he was able to do that is by not letting the experience shape him, but rather focusing on his reactions to the experience, his response to the experience, the stimulus that he was put through, right, which was the situation that he was in, helped him to deepen his meaning for life and the way that he would go on and practice medicine. And so for me, reading this book and having 7 children and being married, and going through the rigors of life, none of the things that I've experienced, not being homeless, not being an alcoholic, a drug addict, not being arrested, none of the things that I've experienced even compare to what he experienced. And a lot of times, we let our day-to-day experiences shape and mold who we are and who we become and how we react to those stimuluses. And I'm guilty of this. I'm super guilty of this. So I'm by no means going to virtue signal you into being or acting or thinking a certain way. But it challenged me personally not to let my experiences overwhelm me and overpower me, but rather to think about the response that I have to them and how I'm going to respond, how I'm going to react, how I'm going to rise and overcome. And not even necessarily rise and overcome, but how I'm just going to squash those feelings. Here comes my mom. And so it's a choice, right? And that's ultimately what he's saying, is that it's a choice. But the choice is on us to either succumb to the overwhelm, succumb to the negative emotions, succumb to the negative reactions, the self-sabotaging reactions and uh, feelings, or to overcome. And so, yeah, highly suggest that you read it. Hoping that these get better over time. Maybe it's fine just the way it is, but this is the first one, first book, first week. Now I'm reading Richest Man in Babylon. But after I'm listening to that on audiobook, so it's easy. I can walk, run, whatever, and read those books, listen to those books, whatever. But I am going to be finishing the 5 Love Languages as well. My wife's probably like, thank God, please read that book, Eddie, please read it. She's probably like, why are you telling all our business as she listens to me make this video right now? But yeah, I'm going to be tackling the 5 love languages as well as a handful of other books this month. So again, the goal is 60 for this year. That's about 6 a month. I got 1 down, about to have 2 down because Richest Man in Babylon is not that long, and we'll make a video after each book that I finish. So let me know. Have you read Man's Search for Meaning? What did you extrapolate from it? And what did you think of this video? Sending you love, fam.